I grew up in a number of different countries, and I had the privilege of having my eyes open to the fact that what people consider true and right in one context is considered not true and right in another context. And so I think that's what started me with an interest in psychology and how people perceive the world. Hey, good morning. I've been teaching since I was like 9 years old. I was teaching English to children who were even younger than I, and I have the clearest memory of literally chasing a 6-year-old down the street because they didn't want their English lesson or something. Let's get down to business. I get excited to explain to my students what I see myself and to see their eyes widen. I love to surprise them. It's fun, and then I drink a lot of caffeine. It was actually about stereotypes, not about discrimination per se. Growing up, many of us heard the 3 R's of academics: reading, writing, arithmetic. I say to my students there's this 4th R, and that's relationships. That's what teaching the whole student means. It means reading, writing, arithmetic, relationships. Would anybody like to share some of the things that you...
He shows concern for his students. He actually cares about us. We're not just like a student ID, but we're individual people.
I try to learn students' names. I have them do things like get up in the middle of this 200-person lecture hall and switch seats. I try to do things that are out of the mold so that we can break out of these habits that we have.
The depth of talking about colorism in the Black community, that's a conversation that's really hard to have with even my parents. So just seeing that being brought to lecture it means a lot to me, and I was really appreciative of that.
But it's not about... I understand a lot of what I see and teach through metaphor. So I say things like human behavior is like the weather, data points are people too, and probably my favorite, prejudice is like a blob. And what I mean by that is prejudice has this funny way of expressing itself in ways that we don't often understand or anticipate.
His excitement about the topic and the way he simplifies everything brings it to a very normal level to make it seem like, okay, we can talk about this kind of thing and we're not going to say or do anything to make you feel unsafe in any way.
I read a quote fairly recently that just stuck with me, and the quote goes, "Students don't care what you know until they know that you care." And I saw that and I was like, that's what I feel about teaching. That encapsulates what I feel.